Imagine, if you will, a city shimmering under the warm Italian sun, nestled near the sparkling Bay of Naples. This is Pompeii, a jewel of the Roman Empire, a bustling hub of commerce, culture, and life. Its streets are alive with the sounds of merchants hawking their wares, children playing, and citizens going about their daily routines in magnificent villas adorned with stunning frescoes. In the distance, a majestic mountain watches over the city, a silent green giant named Vesuvius. To the people of Pompeii, it's just a part of the landscape, a source of rich soil for their vineyards and olive groves. They have no idea it's a sleeping volcano and its peaceful slumber is about to end. In the year 62 AD, 17 years before the Great Catastrophe, the earth beneath Pompeii gave a violent shudder. A powerful earthquake ripped through the city, a terrifying preview of the power lurking deep within Vesuvius. Temples crumbled, homes were shattered, and deep cracks scarred the once perfectly paved streets. The people were shaken, but resilient. They saw it as a terrible, yet natural, event. They immediately began the arduous task of rebuilding their beloved city, patching the wounds and trying to restore its former glory. They repaired the aqueducts, shored up the walls of the forum, and plastered over the cracks in their homes. Life, they believed, would return to normal. They didn't recognize this tremor for what it was, a dire warning, the first stirrings of the monster in their backyard. The pressure beneath Vesuvius was building, and the clock was ticking. Then came the morning of August 24th, 79 AD. It started like any other day. But around noon, the world changed forever. Mount Vesuvius, the silent guardian, awoke with a deafening roar that was heard for hundreds of kilometers. The top of the mountain exploded with unimaginable force, tearing itself apart. A colossal column of superheated molten rock, ash, and volcanic gas shot straight into the sky, a terrifying pillar of destruction stretching an unbelievable 15 kilometers, some say even higher, into the stratosphere. It was a sight no one had ever witnessed, a column of death that looked like a monstrous, dark umbrella pine tree spreading its branches across the heavens. The people of Pompeii stared up in sheer terror. The mountain they had lived beside their entire lives had just declared war on them, and the first assault had begun. The sky, once a brilliant Mediterranean blue, began to disappear. The sun was blotted out, plunged into an unnatural, terrifying darkness as the colossal ash cloud spread, casting a deathly pall over the entire region. It was as if day had instantly turned into the blackest night. A grim rain began to fall, but it wasn't water. It was a relentless downpour of pumice stones, some as large as fists, and suffocating gray ash. The weight of this volcanic debris began to accumulate on the rooftops of Pompeii, causing them to groan, splinter, and then collapse, burying those who had sought shelter inside. The air grew thick and heavy, each breath a struggle, a desperate gasp for oxygen in an atmosphere filled with choking dust. Adding to the horror, the sky was lit by eerie, flashing lights. This was no ordinary storm. It was volcanic lightning, a chaotic electrical discharge within the ash cloud, painting the apocalyptic scene in terrifying, strobe-like flashes. For hours, the city endured this hellish bombardment. Some people tried to flee, stumbling through the darkness and the falling debris, heading for the coast. Others huddled in their homes, praying to their gods for deliverance. But the worst was yet to come. As the eruptive column in the sky lost its upward momentum, it collapsed under its own immense weight. This triggered the most lethal phenomenon of the eruption, the pyroclastic surge. It was an avalanche, but not of snow. It was a superheated, fast-moving current of gas, ash, and rock, with temperatures exceeding 500 degrees Celsius, racing down the slopes of Vesuvius at over 100 kilometers per hour. It was an unstoppable, incinerating wall of death. The first surge roared towards the nearby town of Herculaneum, instantly killing everyone in its path. Then, subsequent surges descended upon Pompeii. People were caught in the open, in the streets, in their homes, in the cellars where they thought they would be safe. They saw it coming, a rolling, glowing cloud of doom. There was no escape. The intense heat was the first killer, searing lungs and vaporizing soft tissue in a fraction of a second. Then the wave of ash and pumice engulfed them completely, burying them where they fell. A mother clutching her child, a group of friends huddled in a villa, a man lying down with his dog. Their final desperate moments were captured as the fine ash settled around them, creating a perfect tragic mold of their bodies. The city of Pompeii and its people were silenced, entombed in a matter of minutes. For over 1,500 years, Pompeii lay forgotten, buried under more than 6 meters of hardened ash and rock. It became a legend, a lost city whispered about in Thales. Its name and location faded from memory, and new settlements were built upon the very ground that held its secrets. Then, in 1594, an architect digging a canal to divert a river stumbled upon something extraordinary. He found ancient walls covered in paintings and inscriptions. However, the true significance of the discovery wasn't understood at the time, and the site was quickly covered up again, its secrets kept for another century and a half. It wasn't until the 1740s that formal excavations began, and the world finally rediscovered the city that had been frozen in time. As archaeologists carefully chipped away at the layers of volcanic material, an entire Roman city was revealed, almost exactly as it had been on that fateful day in 79 AD. They found homes with furniture intact, loaves of bread still in the ovens, and vibrant frescoes that hadn't seen the light of day for nearly 2 millennia. But the most haunting discovery was yet to come. The excavators found empty spaces, hollow voids within the hardened ash. An ingenious archaeologist named Giuseppe Fiorelli realized what these were: the cavities left by the decomposed bodies of the victims. By carefully pouring liquid plaster into these voids, they were able to create detailed, chilling casts of the people of Pompeii in their final moments of life. These plaster casts are not statues. They are a direct, poignant record of human tragedy. We see their postures, the clothes they wore, and even the expressions of terror on their faces. They are a powerful, gut-wrenching link to the past, reminding us that these were real people, with lives, loves, and fears, caught in one of history's most infamous natural disasters. Today, Pompeii is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the most visited archaeological sites in the world. Walking its stone streets is like stepping back in time. You can stand in the Forum, visit the amphitheater, and walk through the very villas where people lived and died. It's a somber, yet incredibly moving experience. The story of Pompeii is a stark reminder of the awesome and unpredictable power of nature. It shows us how a vibrant civilization can be wiped out in an instant, but it's also a story of preservation. Thanks to the very catastrophe that destroyed it, Pompeii offers us an unparalleled window into the daily life of the Roman world. It is a city of ghosts, a city of echoes, but its stones and its people continue to speak to us across the centuries, telling a story of life, death, and incredible rediscovery. Thank you for watching. If you found this journey into the past as fascinating as we did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more stories from history.